Welcome back to Y2K. Last time we leveled up a bit. We got Claudio some skills. We also got Chandra at least a couple. But I don't know, am I missing something? To be able to like just look at skills outside of combat? Oh, it's an accessory. Shoulder height walking sip with metal tip. 12 luck, 12 agility. So luck is crits and item drops. Agility is dodging. Okay, I don't really see the utility in looking at everything at once here. Squeak. So I need to come back around if I want to cut those down. So I can't drop down on the sides here. Drop down there. Oh, I see. Yep. I just did not notice that bridge. These are some primo squeaks. That wasn't what I wanted to do, but that did give me PB.
Check out my sick
For me?
I mean, yeah. Throw that on Alex so I can LP toss 2 again.
LP talk. Defend.
Come on. Okay, I know I have the blind status, but... I don't want to expend so many items. What happens if I do hit protest on
Not
that?
my America. Hungry, eat the rich.
Man, that's a lot of healing from that, too.
For me. Hungry, eat the rich.
Is that Rory or the enemy losing stats?
It's delicious. For me.
Ghosts can't die.
It's delicious.
Yeah, give me that. This does give me an opportunity to look at Chandra's skills at least. Spread item, use item in an entire party. Copy element of the target. Slow heart rate, slow party bleed rate. Okay, so like really good support stuff.
Okay.
Enough XP to level up.
Heal. 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 Heal.
Ah, crap. Actually, what if I do swap with the Mimic? Failure. Dang.
Defend! Defend!
Okay, so Rory still counters when defending. So that should be, like, the default.
Defend!
And he does not hit all Carta rows with the counter.
Defend! LP
Wait for me.
Defend!
Right, it's entities that have ambrosia to steal,
Defend.
not mimics.
Ha! Ha! Defend.
Just stun walking the stupid mimic is very satisfying. I hit jump instead of... Ow.
Defend.
Okay.
A mimic for viable equipment. Okay. I believe I have a dungeon key. Yep. What do you mean missing her? Alex has really fallen down this rabbit hole. Oh, there's more room. There's like a monitor over there? The missing poster? I did not, like, I was like, wait a minute, that maybe line sounds familiar.
What's that stench?
I don't smell anything bad. Hey, Alex? You okay?
Hold it! I wouldn't touch him if I were you. Lest you become similarly trapped by nostalgia.
Trademark.
Dear friends, you must excuse my appearance. Had I known you'd be coming too, I'd have dressed as a plumber, not as a constable. Silly me, for leaks simply were not on my itinerary. Oh, truly an inspirational sight. I didn't know the Paralleled were capable of making friends. I am impressed. Brava, child! Really didn't think you had it in you.
Claudio, this has gotten too weird for me. We should just leave.
Tell me, what do you smell?
A fresh river. Like the one that used to run through Frankton.
Popcorn. Our old couch.
Why are you guys even answering? Come on, let's go! Please!
Do you not have a taste for my perfume? Pity. The boys like it, though.
It's rancid.
Road!
It sucks. It smells horrible.
It's not horrible. Actually, it's beautiful.
It's childhood. It's my first computer. It's the paper of the first book that moved you.
Precisely! It's nostalgia. I put it in a bottle and sprinkled it on things I want people to find.
I really like that bootleg Charizard card.
It's what brought all of you here. It's intoxicating.
Well, it doesn't work on me. So whatever you're selling, I'm afraid we're going to pass. Guys, let's go. Grab Alex.
I told you, you can't touch him. Ladies,
What was that?
I
Pale
want what's
entity
best for
again.
you. Call that my own nostalgia.
Well, piss.
Photo shoot!
Like, I have no Karta at least. Oh, they do. Photo shoot just pierces.
Defend!
Build up skill points.
Photo shoot!
I can just do damage to the king himself. Heal. Oh, having the cops. Wait, no, one of the cops just healed. Oh, heart.
Defend!
Bleed for me.
Bleed should do you in pretty easily.
Blood. It's delicious.
Something that's happening keeps healing them.
Bleed for me.
I really need Chandra to be able to, like, throw a healing item on everyone, which means I need to hit defend. Well, piss. I was, very unprepared for this. Gauze damage there. Self, because you're actually bleeding this. Why did Chandra survive with 1 HP?
Blood. It's delicious.
That's interesting that you can do that. Okay. So, Claudio's build is fine. Chandra. So you're a support. Might as well give you a seamstress. Might as well just give everyone the tank build. Don't need to worry about attacking all Carto rogues. I'm gonna give you the deep well because that's just really tanky. Yeah. Plus, you can change your element anyway when you need be. Okay. Now you defend. You photo shoot to try and Carta break. You can defend too, honestly. Plus, glow in the dark hoop. You can get equipment from that? So yeah, defend again. Just focus on photo shooting.
Photo shoot! Photo shoot!
Blood on blood.
Okay, maybe just normal swinging on one at a time? Yeah. That'll do it.
Bleed for me.
And okay, spread item. Gauze bandage. Ah, you can't spread. Those can. Oh, I can. Dazzling Flash only works on one. I'm gonna do that again.
Photo shoot!
Bleed for me.
Okay, pay attention. Is it his attack that heals the others? It is not. So if Chandra attacks this one. Okay. I do not understand the mechanics of this fight. Clearly. But whatever. We're fine. We're fine. Do I have recover all statuses item? Deal with that confusion? I do not. Okay. And I'm not gonna worry about it. Photo shoot.
Photo shoot!
There. Now I can just beat down the main boss. Spread item. Blinding. Not that one. I wanted Dazzle Party.
Bleed for me.
Bleed for me.
This guy's... Isn't this also Alex's college roommate? Based on the section? Dazzle Party should also help with Claudio's confusion. It's not a specific skill, right? Okay, no, it's just attack. Why does Michael just have a gun? That's new to Ivy as well. Like, it's the cover art for Ivy is him with a gun.
Okay.
Looks like you were pretty tough after all. She's still materializing, so I guess I'm not immortal for now. Well, no matter. She'll see to it when she's better. Thanks for the nostalgic beating, bro.
We're not done kicking his ass! Ugh.
Did you ever see the episode of Serial Experiment Celine where...
Why are you bringing up...
Why are you bringing up anime right now? After what we just saw?
No, I get what he means. He's trying to say what can't be said. It's the same feeling as Final Fantasy VII. We try to reach for the memory of Genova and it's gone. We can't discuss it without thinking of... What was I talking about?
Video games in Animu! Let's just leave this cave and get to Mark's. He'll know what to do.
Who was that guy?
The Elder Toguro? Or Siegfried?
That's not quite right. Close, though.
Michael enjoys dealing with Alex's nostalgia trips too much. That Shane guy doesn't give a shit. This was the one I was saving on. Cutscenes have a tendency to be really long in this game. Hey, another Mario flag. So let's get back. Let's just continue for now.
Hey man, it's great to see you! How you been?
Hey guys. Wow, did you get even more muscular, Claudio? And Chandra, did you get even more beautiful? Always changing for the better, you two.
I brought my friends, Alex, Michael, and Rory with me. They wanted to check out your record collection and see if you could help them locate an album.
Friends of Claudio and Chandra are always friends of mine. Please, have a seat. I'll make some tea.
So my new friends here wanted to talk about some elusive record they can't seem to track down.
We've been looking for it for a while. We've been to literally like 10 record shops. Claudia says
4.
you've got quite the collection.
I do indeed. So what sort of music interests young people these days? Hair metal, power metal, speed metal, metallic metal, pop-punk thrash metal?
I mean, I'm not really into metal. I mean, it's cool.
That's more of Bella's thing, I think. The eyeliner and choker.
Who is is this enchanting young woman? Is she here as well?
No, she isn't here. She threw a hissy fit when she found out we were looking for this record.
Hissy fit. Do people even say that?
I don't believe they do. So, what sort of music are you into, Alex?
Oh, usually down-tempo stuff with trumpets, acoustic guitars, bells, toy pianos, and female vocalists singing sexually ambiguous lyrics.
I don't think I have anything like that. Perhaps you noticed my collection of guitars?
Yeah, I think I saw it on the way in. Do you play?
I do.
Mark here made his fortune playing music. Well, before he became a world traveler. Mark sponsored the Bring Him Home concert for my cousin who fought in the Gulf War.
That was long before you could even walk. Hell, I was a kid then.
The power of metal unites all. You see, heavy metal is the oral manifestation of all things good and powerful in the world. It contains the perfect positive energies to dispel hate, racism, sexism, poverty. With the power of the metal gods channeling through my guitar strings, I was able to bring peace and prosperity to the Middle East.
Well, he got our cousin home.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I brought peace to one family whose son had been taken captive. It's a harrowing tale filled with adventure and intrigue.
Yeah, I don't know if we really have time for that. And besides, like I said, I'm not really all that into metal. With all the bad fashions and teased hair, it's also 80s. This is the 90s. We're moving forward. Our music is about things.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that you don't mean to imply that heavy metal can't be about things. Clearly, you've never heard the soaring scream of the guitar paired in perfect counterpoint to an orchestra, accompanied by the sound of a trillion angels. You, my dear boy, must listen to my greatest hit, Murder Run and Melancholia Reigns Unbroken.
It's a lot less depressing than it sounds. All of Mark's music is like that. He has albums and albums filled with skeletons and decaying corpses. But somehow he manages to make music that speaks to the soul. Like Scene of Decay, The Stoned, Part 9. The first few songs of that album are really beautiful, Alex. Disfigured by Eliga's on High Altar of Honor. That is my personal favorite. I used to hula hoop to it all the time.
One of Mark's tracks were featured in some pretty great animes. Dragon of Thy Delusion and Powered by Delirium were featured in my second favorite anime, Panic Control.
Yeah, okay, enough about this topic. Can you tell me about this tea we're drinking?
This here is something I only bring out when friends are over. It's called Dahang Pao. It's a world-famous tea, exceptionally rare and difficult to come by. The bushes that produce this tea are reportedly over 1,000 years old. Make sure you don't spill a drop. This is very special tea.
Where did you get this? It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing, right? Can't explain to you in detail how all these circumstances are related. It would be a very long and very complicated story. And I mean no disrespect to you when I say this. It would be virtually impossible for you at this stage, young man, to understand. Now, you are, of course, in no way responsible for this, but I'll do my best to explain the circumstances by which I came to possess this rare leaf. In my youth, I was something of a traveler. I lived for journeying and discovery. I had a partner, a very good man, who became ill in his mid-30s. At the time, I considered myself to be very worldly. I lived for the dirt under my feet, but I also did not believe in the supernatural in any form. Alas, my partner came down with a severe stomach cancer that began to claim his life. He was a spiritual man, one might say, and he believed in miracles. His faith and his failing body led to the ending of our friendship. He left for India, and I stayed back in Arizona, where I'd built a life for myself in between trips. He was gone for many weeks when I received a letter from him. The letter was scribbled in the handwriting of a dying man. It featured coordinates that, upon further inspection in an atlas, proved to be in the mountains of India. So, I began my journey. After many days of travel, I arrived at the summit of Mount Kangchenjunga. I paid a local village boy to guide me to the location. At the top, I found my friend. My friend who only a few weeks ago had been on the brink of death, had been cured through the power of water. The water boiled in the particular style of pots created by the Dharabeta yogis is said to have amazing healing powers. Now, when my friend had regained his strength tenfold, I was in shock. I longed to take a sample of this drink back to an American laboratory where it would be tested and ultimately turned into a cure. But I was told that the last bush bearing the tea had burned up in a forest fire. Naturally, I demanded proof. There was no evidence that any such fire ever occurred. Angered, furious, on the point of striking the yogis, my friend had to take me away. Together, we explored the mountainside for the remainder of the week. Now, despite my anger that they would not let me test the tea, everything had been incredibly happy. In India, I've always felt an incredible glow of joy. On our last day, before we were to return, the earth gave out beneath my feet, and I was stuck. Soon a storm came. The storm was so bad, I feared it would wipe away the mountain, and I'd be stuck in a landslide. This is where things became interesting. My friend was able to break away at the rocks binding my feet with his bare hands. He had expelled the disease from his body and achieved a new strength. I believe I would have died on that mountain had it not been for him. I hold true to the fact that he survived his cancer so he could save me. When we returned, the yogi hermit had left his camp, but he left behind the pot he created to cure my friend's cancer and a container of this tea.
Wow. That's a fascinating story, man. Really, this is an amazing cup of tea.
Yeah. You know, it's valued at $3,000 an ounce. So, what did you kids come for? How can I help you?
Oh, my friend Alex here is looking for a record. It's called Mystical Ultima LP Legend.
That name. It sounds so familiar. How did you find out about this mystical LP?
I found the jacket. Here, I have it with me.
Ah, yes. The Mystical Ultima LP Legend by Vela Wild.
Did you say Vela Wild?
Yeah. But didn't you know this already? It's on the cover. Did you even read it?
Suddenly, everything made sense. Well, at least a little bit of sense. Bella, the guitar, her ability to fight with sound. Clearly, she was the musician, the creator of this record. How stupid I had been. I told her about the record, and she must have assumed I read the title closely. Vela Wild. Probably a stage name.
Did I say something wrong? You, kind of stopped talking for a while and looked all deep in thought.
I just realized something.
Yeah, the mind is like that. You keep many things hidden away, and they come out when they're the most needed. Did you ever consider that this record might be locked away inside your mind? And if not yours, maybe inside the mind of this Wild character.
Damn. So you don't have it?
No, how could I? It hasn't come out yet.
What?
Check the date on the back of it. See the sticker? Do not sell until January 1st, 2000. Since I'm not a time traveler, well, at least in this life, I couldn't possibly have this record. You kids should pay closer attention to your record jackets. They have lots of useful information on them.
Thanks a lot, Mark. I know where to find this record now.
What? You do? How?
I'll explain some stuff when we get outside. Claudio, Chandra, there's some things I want to let you in on, especially since you've been so kind to me since we've met. Okay, a lot of this is going to sound out there, and I know that, so listen to the sincerity in my voice, and not so much the absurdity of the words I'm going to say.
Hey, that sounded pretty deep. Oh, sorry, man. Go on.
I'm not entirely sure of what's going on myself, so some of the parts might seem a little hazy. Okay, here it goes. When I arrived home from college earlier this year, I met Sammy Park. I had followed a cat into an old factory and I found her there. She was alive and well, a bit odd, but pretty great, to be honest. I tried to help her get out of the building, and some beings known as soul survivors appeared and took her away. I later met a woman named Vela, who told us that the soul survivors are beings from another reality, one like our own. She said that these beings have surrendered the right to their physical form in favor of a spiritual one. With this power, they could move within the soul space, which is the space in between realities. Then we met Rory, and Rory had recently lost his sister and encountered a soul survivor himself. Then I found out that one of these beings was living with me. I chased it out of my house and then into a radio tower. At that radio tower, it asked me to play this record, to broadcast it. So that's why I've been looking for it. Okay, that's fair. I didn't expect you to believe me.
Rory, you lost your sister? I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Losing a sibling is a terrible burden on any person. Let us know if you need anything.
Yeah, what's going on here?
We've lost someone before. We know what it's like. Maybe that's what drew me to the Sammy Park case.
I see. What about the soul survivors and all that?
Let's say we've had experience with the supernatural before.
I had a kid brother, you know. He went missing in 1985. Got on his bike one day to go to our neighbors, 7 houses up the street. And he just vanished. Never came back. We looked for him for months. Dad never stopped. Still hands out flyers at the grocery store every Sunday. He even got an artist to draw him aged.
Were there ever any leads or anything?
No one really ever investigated it. Sure, they looked around for him. And for a week they had a task force. They had one guy they suspected. But every lead fell through.
You act like they even tried. A 4-year-old black kid goes missing in a shit neighborhood, and you think they really tried?
Yeah, it's complicated, Alex.
I don't remember this being on the news or anything, and you're from Windtown, right? That's like an hour outside of Frankton. How the hell did this get national coverage?
Isn't it obvious, man? Same reason no one gives a shit about Sammy Park.
I'm sure if Aaron had been a beautiful white woman, everyone would have cared that he vanished. Everyone would have had a candlelight vigil and a moment of silence. But that's just not how these things work. And you know what's funny? My dad is a lawyer, and my mom was an assistant to the governor. It's not like we were shit no one people, you know? It just wasn't news or whatever they told us.
Alex, don't you think Sammy's parents tried to get some attention for their daughter's disappearance? It's not that easy. Those people you see on TV are people who can make a great story for the press. That's just the way it works.
I don't think I ever gave it any thought.
Yeah, man. That's just how they get away with it. People like you don't think about it. And people like us, it's all we ever get to think about. Where our kid brothers went.
Don't you think it's weird that a young woman goes missing in your town and only people talking about it are some weirdo kids on the internet? And they aren't really talking about it for awareness. You guys get off on it in a way, don't you? Some fantasy about being the white knight swooping in and saving the exotic Korean girl. Pfft.
Easy now. Okay. Let's go find this record. Where do we do that again?
You guys are coming along? Awesome! Back to Frankton. We need to speak with Bella, the girl who made this album.
I hate to admit it, but sometimes I just wish we could let him go. My younger brother, you know? Not a day goes by where I don't think about him. And you know what's really funny? I don't even remember what he looks like. We have a few old photos, but most of them he just looks like every other kid to me. Round-faced, happy, playing video games, or falling off a bike.
You don't remember anything about him?
No, I don't think so. I think I only remember what people tell me about him. And you know what's funny? He was my twin brother. I was a minute older than him. Claudio still gets frustrated with me sometimes. You're his twin, can't you feel him out there? Or don't you have special twin powers that let you know if he's in pain? I don't believe in that stuff. Well, not usually. Sometimes I do. It's in those moments that I really do think he isn't out there anymore. If there was a connection, I'd feel something. And since there is nothing there, he must be gone. Sometimes people just vanish. They are there one moment and gone the next. Bad people take them, they fall into sewers, but life has to move on. It's harder for my parents, I think, since they made him and whatever. But Claudio, I don't think he'll ever move on. It's all he thinks about. And finding this Sammy Pat girl, this obsession you brought onto him, this shit isn't fair. He had one dead kid to worry about never finding, and now you gave him another.
I don't think missing persons cases... I don't think I know of any that have actually been, like, national news. Next time on Y2K, we will head back to Frankton. See you then.